Yo, what's happening guys? MetaverseMillen here, how are we all today? We're back with another video. This one's exciting. We've just seen the figures on Instagram. I've just got back from the dentist and they've basically, players have got $13.5 million from the actual game of Upland. So between selling properties and block explorers and different assets in the game of Upland, they've been able to like swap or like sell property worth $13.5 million since the game's been released. So that's amazing. Gives me full confidence. If you don't know already, if you're new to this channel, I've actually invested close to $6,000 into the game of Upland, growing the account up, trying to actually like buy really good assets, properties below the market rate, so like 40-50% markups, and then those properties I'll sell between 90 to 100% markups. But then Granada Hills comes into play. Because Granada Hills is starting to gain value, a lot of these properties that we bought at a low price now are going up in value as well, and there's loads of different ways these go up in value, which I will show you. So if you're new to Upland, it's a property virtual trading game. Every single property is mapped to the real world. You can see every single address that they release, different cities. So you've got LA, you've got London, you've got like loads of different places, San Francisco, and like all these kind of like cool places. You can actually buy property, but I buy all my property in LA and I continue to basically manage the area I can manage with the amount of funds I know I can actually invest into this game over the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years, depending on just how long it takes to snowball to the point where I can't invest more than the actual account makes, and at that point I'll look at like trying to get a little bit of my income out of the game, but like I don't plan on actually like using it to take like more out as to make a profit as such. I just like plan to use it to like benefit my life in the future, being able to like use it to like buy shopping, or being able to like go out and just use that kind of as an extra income source as well. So it's not financial advice, but I really do love that game. That's why it's appealing to me actually playing the game. I know that $13.5 million has actually been sold to other players. So like if a player lists their property for sale, so for dollars, they'll be able to like see that property on the market. And then if another player buys that property, so if I sold that for $12 instead of 12,000 UPEX, and then someone bought that property, another player would be buying that property, and then I'd be basically getting the money. So it's like eBay kind of way. The game's not like eBay, but the actual transfer, if you think about it, a little bit more simple. If you put like kind of a listing on eBay, so like that's a property, and then it's basically just a way that other players can actually see your property as well. So that's how you basically like think about Upland. You can actually like buy property and then like you try and like sell it for a profit, and like build a node, build like loads of different kind of infrastructure, like structures on top of your property to add value to that property, and then like sell it for a profit in the future. So we buy properties probably like close to a year ago now. We've added like 2-3,000 UPEX value to a lot of these properties. So we plan to keep doing that going forward. And with Granada Hills going so good right now, I just wanted to jump on and talk about that. We did get an email back about Upland, so we did try and call it like the Granada Hills Raceway or Racetrack, but that got rejected. So what we've done is sent away again for just a MetaverseMillen racetrack. So obviously it'll just be official for this account, and then we will give credit to everybody what's actually helped out build the track and that, and actually supported it as well. So really excited to like get that online. So I've not had any messages about the track design or anything, so it looks like it's just a name change. So once that's all sorted, we will have the factory, the racetrack online as well, and then also the factory we talked about in the last video. I really think that's a good idea to actually like get players to actually be able to manufacture in the factory and that, and then they'll be able to like use kind of ideas, get them manufactured by us and our Spark and everything. We'll control all the back end and stuff, and then we'll split it 50-50 evenly with the players as well. So really excited to see that, and with everything growing on the game, this money what's actually been given to players, just really exciting. So that gives me more kind of more confidence when I'm actually investing. You know, is it really gonna like, you know, worth it? And if you think about that, everything what else is coming out as well, like you've got Sparklet coming out, you've got like the mechanics behind driving hopefully next year, so you'll have everything like that. Just loads of different ideas, like hopefully rent like mechanics come with that. So I do think 2024 2025 there'll be a lot of big changes on the map as well going forward. So like this is a point where you can still get properties at a good price point. So it is really cool to see. And with the unminted properties, I just want to go back over to UPX land quickly, and if you actually look here, there's only 311,000 again, 312,000 properties. Just after like Miami, this went up to like 320, 318, 320,000. So just seeing this go back down again like is really like positive for me as well, seeing how many properties are getting minted out in Upland. And once this number goes down, like hopefully this goes down to like 250,000 before they release a new city. So hopefully this goes down a little bit further before a new city comes out, and then that means like the second-hand market will drive up as well, because it's really good for unminted properties. You want to have small properties for new players coming in the game, so small accounts can actually benefit from getting properties at a good price. But then if there's too many of those properties, it affects the players who have actually been on the game for like years, and they've got loads of secondary market properties at 110, 120% markup, but there's so many undermint and also unminted properties that just no one will like touch them as much, so unless they're valuable. So there's basically like, you still will sell property, like I've still sell property regardless, but you can notice when like you sell a lot more and a lot less depending on like where the floor price is and other stuff. So yeah, it'll be really cool to see this go down to like 250,000, 200,000, and just really see like it's starting to get minted out now, because I have noticed a big difference in Christmas time. A lot of people should have a lot more money to put into the game and that, so yeah, that's what I'm going to plan to do as well. And then with Granada Hills, we can actually like grow this as well. So we have got, let's have a quick look, I think we've got over 380 properties. If we go to neighbourhood, that's Detroit still, we'll change this over to Los Angeles. Then 377 properties, so we plan to like grow that, hopefully about 50 properties every single month. We'll be able to mint about 10-12 properties in Granada Hills, and then also hopefully we can just buy quite a good amount of properties what are under markup in dollars as well. And then I've also been like getting other properties in LA as well, trying to grow the markup as well, because these properties are like, some of them was like 30-35% markup, 40% markup. So got those, just was gonna definitely get them. So now the account's sitting at 8.7 million, just over, which is awesome to see. And now we've actually got over 1,000 properties as well, so we've hit 1,000 properties on Upland, so really happy with that. And then we've also bringing in every single month 133,614 UPX, but we've still got enough money to buy another 2 properties. But this is what I want to talk about. There's 2 different ways now I can actually go in the game of Upland to push Granada Hills and grow the floor. So if you see with the 22,000 there, if you actually go over to UPX land again and then we go to overview, we'll actually be able to see how many are unminted in the whole of Upland like we talked about. But if we actually go over to the search and then go to Los Angeles, and then we'll go over to Granada Hills this way, and we'll be able to see how many properties are left in Granada Hills. In Granada Hills right now, there's 2,637 properties what haven't been minted yet. So that means like this number, so the lower this number gets, the more people will actually like buy from the secondary market. So right now I think the floor is like 2,200, or it's something around that mark. Once we are able to mint out the 2,200 properties, the 2,300 properties, 2,400 properties, that means like the floor is at 12,400 at that point instead of 12,200, so that extra 200 UPX. So if you've got a property on the market what was like 2,400 UPX, you're more likely to sell that now, because like there's no properties in Granada Hills at below that price you can buy, unless you're an FSA property holder, or like you can actually purchase FSA properties. You won't be able to access them unless you're an FSA player, which obviously you have 100,000 UPX, well less than 100,000 UPX in your account. Anyone else will only be able to buy the properties, so like the cheapest will be at the underminted, so unminted will be like 12,000, say 200. So any properties what's sitting at like 14, 15,000 right now, they'll be more beneficial to go to this and buy a property that way and get the best price 100% instead of paying that 110%. But in the future, once this goes down as well, so this is really good for new players coming into Granada Hills, which is great. But once you're in Granada Hills, you also want to be able to like see a value in your properties go up and more sales in the secondary markets. Right now we're investing, like we're trying to like put into Granada Hills, like get as many properties unminted as possible. And then once we get this number down, it's going down great, like 200 properties in the last couple of weeks. I've been unminted, so we can definitely get this down and like the numbers just going down quicker. The bigger this channel gets, we're growing with subscribers right now as well, so thank you. I think we're sitting at like 523, 524 subscribers right now, so the account's growing nicely. More people are coming into the game of Upland, realising the potential, like the actual growth you can have as well. So you can see here as well, the floor 8,000, that's my mistake, so I might have to like refresh that. There was a property that I bought really cheap and I just wanted to try and give it away to players fast, but I didn't realise it was a Granada Hills property. I was on my phone last night. Well, big accounts now, I've got over 1,000 properties now, so scrolling through every single property and making sure you don't know what neighbourhood they're in and that, so I wasn't on the laptop. So yeah, basically I've repriced that over 11,000 now, so hopefully the floor goes up to 11,000. We've got a few properties on the secondary market, so I will talk about this next. One way is obviously minting out as many properties as possible and then driving the price up in the secondary market. So right now it's about 12,200. By next month, if we can get it to like 13,000, that means like the floor will be sitting at 13,000 as long as we keep buying the properties. But if the floor's at 13,000, if there's any properties for 11,000, you can just buy them and like you would be able just to put them back up for 13,000 or 14,000. So we can start to like raise the floor that way on the secondary market. And then we can also, here we was talking about the 8,000 where I made the mistake. If I actually go over to property search and then we go over to LA quickly, then in LA, and then we'll go to neighbourhoods and then Granada Hills. And then in here we'll actually go for the UPEX sale. So these are all the secondary market properties in Granada Hills. You can see now it's changed because I've took my properties off the market. But here you can see 9,500, 9,500. So this is the cheapest property on the secondary market in Granada Hills. So we could buy these two properties right now and then get the floor of Granada Hills up to 10,000. And then what we will do is keep buying these properties as well because they are over markup, so it will be cheaper, more beneficial for me to buy the unminted properties. And then like I would advise like other players to buy the unminted properties first, but like these properties I don't mind spending a little bit more because this means it's driving the floor price up. And then eventually there'll be no, so these properties are 130% markup, so 7,320 UPEX. So all these properties are less than like 10,000 UPEX to purchase. Once we end up buying all those properties less than 10,000 to purchase, all the rest of them are worth like 15,000, like even 12,000, 15, 20,000. So that means like unless they're selling them below markup, they're going to be like not going to sell them. And then even if they are over markup, we'll just keep buying them ones as well. And then no player will sell them off below that price because they'll either lose money or we'll just buy them anyway, so we can actually keep the floor going up as well. So right now we might lose like 30% on this one instead of buying another property, but we'll be able to get these ones off the market. And then the more we own of these properties, so say there's 2,000 properties worth like less than 10,000 in Granada Hills, once we own like the majority of those properties, we'll be able to actually keep the floor higher, unless a person with a 15,000 UPEX property wants to sell at 50% markup and then it goes to 7,500. Like I'll buy those all day and that'll benefit the account again. So right now these are like the markups higher, but like it means we can give back to the players paying the 30%, which is no problem as well. That like we generate enough UPEX to do that now. It helps the small players out in the game of Upland as well, but then it also means that we can keep this floor going up as well. So if we buy all these properties, we've got a new floor sitting at 10,600 UPEX. That's another way we can actually grow the floor as well. So I'm going to start tackling these properties here as well. The bigger we get the account, so obviously it'll be more beneficial to get the unminted properties to grow the account bigger and then start buying these properties. But I do believe we can get the floor up to at least like 10,500 by probably in a couple of months, you know, and keep it there by buying all the properties what are less than 10,000 UPEX and owning the majority of the properties now between 12 and 15,000 UPEX as well. Once we own about 40-50% of those properties, we will be able to start managing the floor, manufacturing as well, but just managing the floor more so we can actually drive the price up. So we're not far away from, you can see like the floor goes up very quickly to 11,000, and then all the properties that you own. So if you own 50 properties in Granada Hills, what you've bought for like $5-6, you'll be able to sell for like double in UPEX. It's just really cool to see that, interesting to see the growth, and with that $13.5 million been in, like, took out the game of Upland, it's so like positive to actually see be actually investing money in that. It's not financial advice, but I'm so glad. Like the last year I've actually been putting into the game and that, because at the start, I'm not going to lie, it was scary, but it's so cool to see the growth as well, and all the people staking Spark on the properties as well. You can actually see over here our townhouse is finished now as well, so this is the one we're going to be giving away hopefully, and then this has been finished. We've got another one here, another one here, another one over here. We've got 2 apartments getting built as well. You can see someone else has just bought this apartment over here, so now we started to design it with all the totems. This looks awesome as well. Like this account is Levisland, so like that looks amazing. Like Granada Hills is starting to really like look cool and just start to like become a community, and like all the players actually involved with it as well, so it's just really growing. And then we've started to build another oops, I went to I'll turn that again that way. So yeah, I went over here and I actually started building one of these structures. So this structure's over here, so if I do the shift, I think it's shift, and then there we go, like that. So this is a new structure we're actually building as well. This structure is at 16915 Black Hawk Street, and then this is going to be a cool place where we can just have like some nice cars, kind of like a back end to the racetrack. So once like the racetrack's really busy, everything's going on, you know, the factory, all the apartments, it's just like a lot going on, like really busy stuff. So once all the transport, everything comes in, this place will be like really going. Like hopefully we can turn a few of these into like hotels as well for like all the workers in the future. It'll be really cool to like see what happens with the rent and the utility behind the apartments. But this actual place over here, I was thinking it was just a little bit off the end of the street. It's not too far away, so I was like, you could have this as like kind of the players where they can hang out and relax and stuff. You know, you could have everyone's cars kind of like in the drives. I thought that would be really cool. Maybe in the future there's some mechanics. Thought we'd buy the land now and start to look to the future as well, and then we'll start to like build some like really nice apartments or stuff over here as well, so we can actually have some more places for players to jump on and that as well. And then we will start selling property. We have listed another like 400 properties for sale at a profit as well, so everything we actually make will just go straight back into Granada Hills as well. So if you want to support Granada Hills, jump on and get any of James UK's properties on Uplands. Everything will go straight back into this node over here as well. And then if you don't want to buy a property as well, just jump on and give a visit. Any support is welcome and that, and we'll just develop the area a lot faster, and then like the players can decide where the actual kind of investment goes with the properties and stuff as well. Like, do we get more factories, do we get more apartments, do we look at like assets on the actual like roads and like the properties. I was looking at the actual arrows as well for the racetracks. That would be cool if we could actually own the properties on the corner. There's arrows going now as well, so you can actually like put your arrows on the corner, so when you're racing you'll be able to see the corners. So that looks cool. Like hopefully we can buy some of them off the other players creating them, you know, like actually giving back to the community as well. So yeah, I just basically, if I make $1 sale on Upland, I'll just like put it back to the players. Kind of the monies just keep going around, so more people are getting paid, kind of thing. I won't want to take out the game, so like if you don't need to take out, like try and like reinvest it and that. So I think that's a way to keep the game growing and all the players actually like benefiting from the game of Upland as well. So what we will do is quickly go over to here again. We'll go to page 1, and then this property is at, we'll get this one here at 118% first because that's the cheapest one. And then we'll go over to here and then we'll paste this property, see where this property is. I am just going to get one of these properties, and then I'll see if I've got enough UPEX, and I'll purchase an unminted property as well, so we end up getting one of each. I've got the next door property already, so we'll just send to this. And then once we get these properties, we will be able to get the floor up to about 10,000. Hopefully 10,000 by the end of the week. Yeah, it's basically what, Wednesday today? No, Thursday. So yeah, by Sunday I'll have another like 12,000 UPEX. Every single day I earn 4,500 to 5,000 UPEX. I'll be able to purchase another property for 9,500 property in 2 days actually. So I'll be able to like get that floor up, and I'll tackle that floor as well. Even if I'm paying a little bit more for the markup, I'm not bothered, because it means we can actually like get all these small properties off the market as well. So now this will start to go onto my blockchain. So this is basically like, I'm the official owner, no one can actually like get that property, so you have full ownership of every single property. That's what I love about the game of Upland, but you don't need to be technical to jump on. Like, your family can play this game as well. It's like Monopoly, so like you can have collections, like put properties in, get boosts on properties, and just kind of like develop a strategy and grow your account. I've like gone down the YouTube and like marketing the products now as well. At the start I wanted to just document the account, and now we've actually turned it into like kind of an entertainment hub where we can actually build something amazing. And you can just see like all the different players with like the trucks and everything ready. So we really can like grow this, and like we plan to like put in, yeah, hopefully like $6,000 over 2024, and just like see where it is. So like by this time next year we should have like 6-7 spark, we should have like an account near 20 million UPEX, 18-20 million UPEX range. So that'll be awesome to see where Granada Hills is, a factory. Maybe we'll have like 2 or 3 factories by that point, you know, probably like 100 apartments, and just like the growth and that, to see where it's actually going to become in the next couple of years, like Granada Hills. And like the floor's now sitting at 10,000 UPEX, so any player what's bought properties for less than like $5-6, like that kind of area, like even $8 and that, we'll see like the floor go up, because if we get these properties, we've got that property now, so this is the only one left. So we will buy this one in a couple of days, like probably by the end of the week, and then that's it sitting at 10,000 UPEX. So we'll get this one here, 118. We'll get that off the market, and then eventually the mint price is going to be like 15,000. So unless they can still sell it for 10,100, but at that point the property they're selling is going to be like 80% markup. So that means like the floor won't go below that point ever again. But then if it does hit that point, the property is worth 80% markup, and I'll buy that property straight away, or another player will buy that property. So it kind of like holds the floor up. There's a lot of properties right now at 7,320, so all these FSA players could come in and like buy those properties and then drop the floor, and then we'll buy them. So we'll probably have to buy about 1,000 properties to keep the floor, like probably say 1,800 properties below 10,000 at like the high point. We'll buy those properties, and then that'll never like be able to go below that point again. So that's what we do. Like, we can actually keep this floor up at 11,000, 12,000 UPEX. Hopefully in the next couple of months, you know, we'll be able to get that point, and then anything, and then we'll just keep buying the floor up to that point. You know, once we get anything under 10,000 off the market, we'll be able to get to 11,000, and then just keep driving this floor up as well. Like, we can really see Granada Hills going up to like 40-50,000 UPEX, hopefully a lot more as well. So it is exciting, guys, so jump on if you're not already. Join the movement, guys, Granada Hills, and subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Really trying to push this video out to a new audience as well, so we're trying to get more players into the game of Upland. So yeah, share these videos, comment on these videos, like, subscribe, and then yeah, let's grow this account, guys. So we'll just get this 927 UPEX quickly, and I have actually got enough to get one more property before I jump off this video. So 13,500 UPEX. So we'll go back over to Granada Hills, and then we'll go to US dollars, and then in US dollars, no, not US dollars, sorry, we'll go for unminted, non-FSA, and now we'll actually look at, yeah, so the floor's 12,322 now, so that's cool. And then it goes up to 12,444, so that's amazing. So what we'll do is get this property. How much have we got? 13,400. So what we'll do is get the next one, 13,000. If we get a more expensive one, it leaves the cheaper ones on the market for the other players. 13,419. 420. Can't get that one, so now I'll get this one here. So now we'll get that property, add that to the portfolio. It'll leave us with no money, but by the time I get home tonight, I'll have enough UPEX to treasure hunt, and then hopefully we can get that 0.02 spark. I've not been able to get it the last few times, but like hopefully tonight's the night I get that off. Maybe the 0.04 if I get 2 chests. Like the other night I got 2 together, but I didn't get any for like 2 days in between that, so hopefully we'll get that as well. That'll be really, really cool to see. So 13,298, so we'll get this property quickly right now, and then that just adds on another property that we've minted out in Granada Hills, and then also another property that we've bought off the secondary market to actually grow the account, and we've just got another subscriber come through on the YouTube channel as well, so happy days. Really starting to see this now growing, so yeah, thank you so much for the support, guys. Wouldn't be able to grow this or like even be in a position without you guys. So let's go back to buy this. This didn't let me go through. Now this should go through, and then here we go. Now we've got the property. So yeah, let's keep growing, guys. Honestly, any single property, this is not financial advice, but we will back the floor of Granada Hills, and we'll keep this floor growing. And then like basically like all the different properties, like the years of like over a year of experience now, like watching Upland and the floors in the market. So we'll keep that floor growing as well. The 14,000 properties is a lot easier to manage than the whole of LA. And then eventually we can just like expand it and keep growing as well. So the better the properties you get right now, the faster, and they like hold, like the quicker we can hold that floor as well. So yeah, jump onto Granada Hills if you're not already, and then jump onto one of these properties if you want to win the the structure, sorry. Before I jump off this video, you can see this townhouse is finished now. What we will do is give away that townhouse on Christmas Day, so if any players actually contribute in Spark to any of my properties I'm building in Granada Hills, you will be entered to that competition, and then on Christmas Day one of the names will actually contributed Spark will win that townhouse, and then we'll just trade it for one of your properties or whatever, your cheapest item, and then we'll get that sent over to you. So yeah, thank you so much for the support, guys. Really hope you've enjoyed the video and finding it informational. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like me to talk about in the next video. Hope you're really having an amazing Christmas. Enjoy the holiday, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.